political director and Face the Nation moderator. John Dickerson is in Des Moines. John, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
Two questions. One, what should be looking for tonight? What should be looking at? And secondly, what could be the consequences of Iowa?
Well, on both the Republican and the Democratic side, we're looking for turnout. If it's big on the Republican side, that means these first-time voters that, like Donald Trump, have come out and turned out to caucus. It also means on the Democratic side that Bernie Sanders has created with emotion and enthusiasm an actual organization that can turn out voters to the caucuses. So those are the first two big things I'm looking for. What we'll learn tonight on the Democratic side, we'll learn if Hillary Clinton's structure, which she's been working on for months and months and months before Bernie Sanders was a threat, she was building an organization here to handle a threat that he has become. And we'll find out if that organization beats the enthusiasm that he's been able to build. And on the Republican side, we'll find out if Ted Cruz has been able to have an organization that can actually do better than the polls are showing. That'll tell us not only about how well he can do here, but if he can launch that conservative revolution that he's been saying that he's going to launch.
Donald Trump told you yesterday, John, that he doesn't have to win, win Iowa. A, did that surprise you? And do you think he's trying to maybe lower expectations?
Well, two things you do on caucus day here in Iowa. One, you try and turn out your voters, and two, you try and manage expectations. So in the sense that he's doing that, he's just like every other politician. He doesn't necessarily have to win in Iowa, but it's the center of his argument that he's a winner. Yeah. And so that would be a big blow. But the one thing that would save him is that there's not a clear alternative. There's an alternative in Iowa, but it's not necessarily the case that all Republicans think that Ted Cruz is the alternative to Donald Trump.
And there's also the point that he says if he wins in Iowa, he might be able to run the table.
Yes, he might be able to run the table, although, things change after we get out of Iowa. And we'll see how Marco Rubio does and whether he becomes the alternative in New Hampshire, which is a much more favorable state for him.
Thank you, John.